We decided we'd go back to Darlington Point, so we were retracing our track back east again. Now the benefit with how we planned this one out was we were always going to be riding with the sun behind us, so we weren't riding into the sun. So we rode back to Darlington Point, which was our crossover, so we had dropped off a fair bit. And at Darlington Point we then went up to Griffith and then through to Temora. At Temora, that was when our sunlight pretty much disappeared. At Temora we were exiting town, and that was then when we were looking at our fuel again and kind of going, do we keep riding on to Harden, which is where the next fuel stop was going to be? And that's where I had said to Dad, I'm like, it's one thing to go dry during the day and potentially have to get a lift off somebody, flag someone down, what have you. But doing that in dark, in the middle of nowhere, in the country, I wasn't too keen on doing that. So I'm like, there was a little petrol station, let's just chuck a Yuri, go back, get a fuel up, and then we know that we're good to go. Which is what we did. So we turned around, only probably 5 k's possibly, then we trekked back into Temora, fueled up, and we hit the road. At this point it was getting very, very, very cold again. Obviously once the sun's disappeared, it just starts to drop quickly. Mind you, we also had our cheap eBay headlights, which were rubbish. The beam on them, it was not helpful at all, let alone the actual alignment of them, which wasn't properly set up either. A number of contributing factors. So we really didn't have great light, we didn't have a lot of things that now moving forward for our long rides we will have those covered off. Plus these rides are probably not best during a winter where our days are short. You're trying to get 24-hour ride and trying to do lots of kilometres. Doing that in the dark isn't as much fun. So we headed back through Temora, fueled up Harden, and then back through to Yass. We stopped over in Yass, and pretty much from Yass back through to Canberra, we just hightailed it. By that point it was getting really cold. We'd relay it up, we'd done everything we could, and we just wanted to get home at that point. After I guess that mental exhaustion of having to try and think about when we went off the record, where hindsight was when you plan to do a fuel up, do the fuel up. So that was a bit of fun. So yes, Far Rider disappeared, and there is still a group today that's called the Ironbark Association, the IBA. They do saddle saw 1600 kilometre, which is in America 1,000 mile. We're contemplating, obviously, once things start to warm up, looking at doing a couple of 1600 kilometre rides. One of them being down through the West Victorian Highland country area, down to the southeast coast in New South Wales, work our way back around it, and then end up back out at Mildura. That's potentially one of our days, and then on from Mildura to Broken Hill, up through Dubbo, Bathurst and back in. That's another 1600 kilometres. So we're looking at across probably like 3 days with a good chunk in the middle to recover and catch our breath back. So yeah, if you've done a long ride yourself, I'd love to hear in the comments of a long ride you've done. If you would like to join us or you're interested in some long rides, let me know. I'm more than happy to try and tee up for tag-alongs and stuff if you wanted to join us on some of the rides, if you're looking to just tag along for a window of the ride. You know, it's always fun riding in the community, and I'm happy to notify people where I'm going to be and when I'm going to be there. So you can do segments with us. We do have other rides around going up into Queensland. We're trying to map out quite a few at the moment of where we could go, how we could get there, and yeah, that's the challenge at the moment. So IBA in Australia has so many different coast to coast and different routes and long rides, and that's sort of their thing. So we're kind of weighing up and looking at the ones that we can ride their rides that they've already done, or how we can map out our own ride. With doing your own ride, it's a matter of taking all the photos of your fueling up at the beginning, that's your start time sort of thing, you start the window, waypoints, and your end fuel up is your finish point, and obviously the tax invoice, which shows your time and date, and obviously the town, city that you've started and finished in. These days also, if you're using a Scenic or the Chant, I think it is called, there's a few different GPS apps, which sort of coming from kind of a bit more sports aspect, it's your Strava equivalent type thing. It maps on the GPS, and I believe that utilising that, providing that footage with your receipts, shows them that you've done this ride, and that was your window, the ride time, that was all that sort of stuff. The trick with a lot of it is to sleep up, hop up, ride. Don't try to nap as such. If you are going to, make sure you manage them accordingly. But this 3-day, essentially 3,200 kilometres that we're looking to do, that in itself has to be strategically thought out about, recovery, reviving, and the like. Whether we do that with a sport vehicle or not, there all the details are still obviously formatting and formulating. But yeah, if you're interested in long rides, if you've done a long ride, I'd like to hear in the comments where you've done, where you've been. If you've got a GPX file of your ride, I'd love to see what you've mapped, whether it's US based, it doesn't matter. It's always fun to see where other people are riding, and yeah, love to see what's going on. So that was our ride essentially. We didn't come up short on fuel, we nearly did. However, yeah, it was a great ride. I'm keen to do more. The 1100 did kind of make the butt a bit sore, however, I think 1600 would be manageable. Again, it's managing the fatigue, it's managing not doing it at night. Us having good headlights is another major factor. So driving at night with poor lighting, you fatigue quick because you can't really see what's going on. And so you're kind of spending extra effort trying to look, especially in Australia, we've got a lot of wildlife. So last thing you want to do is have a kangaroo jump out in front of you. On a bike, you've got nothing around you. In a car, they can cause great damage. So yeah, so that was our ride. It was a great ride. If you're interested in seeing the GPX and stuff like that, I'd be happy to share, show you the ride that we did. And yeah, if you're interested in future ones, let me know, and you can tag along, do the whole ride, do some of the ride, join us for segments. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, thumbs up, and like I say, drop some comments. I do read it, I do respond. But as for this episode, that's it. Thanks for watching, and you'll see me on the next video. Bye for now.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for.